Welcome to another 100 Trades in Review, episode number 13. Mistakes were made. This is episode 14. And today we're looking at a trade by none other than Jude once again. And if you don't like it, that's what you can do. But if you do like it, then I'm going to give you one of these and let's go on and keep looking at Jude's trades. But again, the reason we're doing this is because Jude has been a monster of trading lately. 100, 2, 3, 400% daily. He has hit that cusp in his career where he's doing nothing but skyrocketing. And he let me in on one of his secrets. And this is what he told me. These are his words, not mine. I didn't coach him to say this. This wasn't paraphrased. These are his exact words, quote unquote. I can't play you the recording for privacy reasons, but this is what he said. He said, Cotton, I've gotten taller. I've built more muscle. I'm eating better. I'm snagging more girls at the club. I've got infinite amounts of money now. I'm driving the fastest cars in the world. I've literally had coins fall from the sky, all because he signed up to this crazy website called chartraiders.com. So secrets out of the bag. If you haven't seen it, go to chartraiders.com. It's what has made Jude become a god amongst men and women. Let's get into the trade.
It's the very end of the day. I mean, it's 8:30 p.m. here. But Bitcoin hit its final moment in the range, and that's the 15-minute break level at the very, very top of the move. This 15-minute break level, and it hit that, deep diving this ladder point up here, now looking to pull back underneath here and potentially have a pullback down to these lower levels. In 25 minutes it creates this 4-hour level it can gain. So I've taken this.
Interesting. So he's playing like a preemptive move against the 4-hour level being gained because it's hitting the break of a move. It's not going over it, and he knows that a little tiny pullback in the next 25 minutes will gain him a major level of resistance. So he's trying to enter this trade. This is great on him, by the way. This is a nice little trick that I taught Jude and the other mentees back in the day. So this is a great little trick where if you know there's a big time frame about to develop soon and you're at like a kind of a critical resistance point, you know that just a little, even a little tiny sneeze and you're below that level in such a time frame, you're going to have a huge level on your side and massive resistance. So like kind of a free trade in a way.
15 break level. And I'm going to walk away from this trade. I'm going to leave it on overnight whilst asleep.
Wow,
and
bold
see what
move.
I wake up to.
Enters a short, leaves it open.
And now my stop loss is just break even because it's the absolute final moment in the trade.
Good for him.
The final moment in the range, I should say.
It's got the final moment he's pinpointed. He's seen how the resistance can be created very easily, and he's gotten in.
Of the range.
Good job.
It holds. This could be a really, really good trade.
I'm going to talk about a scenario that could play out here. So say he walks away from this trade, comes back next day because he said he's going to bed and walking away from this trade. He has that 4-hour level created. I think you need to ride that thing down as long as you can. I don't think you even get out of that trade until you break that 4-hour. I think you just literally hold it.
The range will break and
we'll
just
get
stopped out break.
Maybe it's not going to go down. I don't know. Looks like that 25 minutes has passed by and maybe there's a 4-hour level there now. So he does have that 4-hour level now established because he just got created as we looked at it there.
The trade is going well. I'm up over 100% here.
Wow.
I can see there's an hourly origin that's just been created down here.
Great job.
And we could potentially go up to create the mirror for that on top.
Okay.
This 15-minute uptrend that I'm using, and
so he wants to enter another short up top. So he's just turning this into 100% profits. Okay.
So I'm actually going to lock up profits here and maybe see if this can move back up to get a re-short at the top of the range.
Very nice.
I'm just going to lock up profits so that I can spend the day sort of scalping this range and hopefully get into that re-short. I'm happy with my profits. It looks like it's back above this, and there's a big gap here where it can move up to some of these levels.
Very good.
And the trend on top, and maybe even deep dive that trend to this origin creation. So I'm looking to play this, so I'm going to lock up profits here, and that's about 100% on this trade.
95%. Nice job. I have no complaints. I think he played this trade perfectly. I think this is a great example of somebody who has defined the 4-hour level. Typically, like I said in the video too, I would hold this thing till it moves down. But I mean, he's justified a reasonable cause to exit this trade. In his trade, it did pump down or dump down, I should say, past that 4-hour, and it started to develop a move and started to hold it. So like, I think normally under normal circumstances and your normal expectation, and I don't know if this thing moves up or down from here because the replay stopped, but under normal circumstances, you would say, here's a 4-hour level. It's going to just sink this thing down, continue to hold this trade. But to be fair, he saw where it held its move, it laddered up and it started creating hold levels. And he said, yeah, well, you know what? I still think it's going to short, but I'm going to take these profits and go for a second trade when it hits the top again. And I think that's a beautiful trade. He made 95%, as we can see here. Could he have made 100 or 110? Yeah, probably. But I think it's worth giving up that 10 or 15% because if you break out of this range, you're moving down another full 2%. So another 200% 100% profit. So if you're giving up 10 or 15% to see if you could make another 200%, I think that's a very reasonable thing to do. So great on Jude. No critique. I think that's an awesome trade. I really like what he did with a 4-hour. And I think this is one of the only videos I've ever done with 100 trades in review where I'd really have nothing to remark and nothing to really say like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. I think he handled it perfectly. So great job, Jude.